long time ago, deep in a forest, there lived a young woman named Mara, with her 4 brothers, her father, and her mother. Now Mara was completely in love with a rich huntsman who used to range through that forest. The problem was that he didn't care for Mara at all. She'd go and try to talk to him, and he'd always brush her off. He'd ignore her like she was nothing. Now Mara went to her mother and asked for advice, and she said, well, if the man doesn't want you, then he doesn't want you. Went to her father and said, oh, you're probably better off. He doesn't seem like such a good fellow. And her brothers, they were all like, oh, there are plenty of people out there, plenty of men. Why do you care about this one? But Mara, she didn't care. That huntsman filled her every waking thought. And so, in despair, feeling she had nowhere else to turn, she called on the devil. And the devil appeared, all in red, holding a mirror in his hand. She said, devil, oh devil, help me. I must win this man for my own. The devil said, I could help you with that. Just take my mirror and show it to him. Then, by and by, he'll be yours. So she took the mirror. Next time she saw him ranging through the forest, she tried to get his attention. She tried to talk to him. He just brushed her off. But then she got in front of him and held the mirror up in front of him. And he looked inside. And he stepped back, aghast. He said, that, what I see in that mirror, it's the devil's work. That's the devil's mirror. And he ran off. Mara didn't understand. She looked in the mirror. All she saw was herself. She went back home and she called on the devil again. She said, devil, oh devil, please, it didn't work. Please come help me. And the devil appeared. He said, don't worry too much. We'll get that man eventually. After all, he's looked in my mirror. That means he's mine now. You looked in it too. That means you're also mine. But I can draw him to you. There's one thing. I need your 4 brothers. She said, anything you want. So during the night, the devil went. And he changed each of her 4 brothers into strings. One thick string, one thinner string, one thinner still, and the last, the thinnest of all. Then he went back to Mara. And he said, well, I've got your 4 brothers, but to make this plan work, I also need your father. And she remembered how her father had belittled her feelings, so she said, fine, take him. He can go to the devil anyway. So, during the night, when the father was asleep, the devil went to the father and changed him into a box. Not a regular square box, but a wooden box that curved inward and outward and had a long neck on it. And he took those, and then he went to Mara and said, one more thing. I'm also going to need to take your mother. She said, fine, whatever it takes to win me this man. So, during the night, the devil went, and he turned her mother to a stick, and her hair to a long horsehair extending from one end of the stick to the other. Then the devil took all these things and he put them together into an instrument. And he took them to Mara, and he showed her how to play. And when he played fast, it made people want to get up and dance. And when he played slow and mournfully, it made people sit and sob and want to cry. said, "Take this, play it for your huntsman, and he will come to you." So she took the instrument, she went out into the forest, and she started to play and play and play, till finally, drawn by the music, the huntsman arrived. He had been enchanted by the song of this instrument. They stayed together for a while, for about 9 days, in fact. But then, at the end of those 9 days, the devil came back. And he said, "Well, you have what you asked for. Now, you're mine. You will worship me. I am your Lord and Master." But, wonder of wonders, both of them refused. They said, "No, we want nothing to do with you, devil. Go back to where you came from." They said, "I'm not giving you any choice. You looked in my mirror already. It doesn't matter." So he snatched them both up, flew off to, well, you can guess where. But that instrument fell from Mara's grasp and lay on the forest floor. Well, who should be coming along but a wanderer, a gypsy, looking for firewood for a bonfire. And what should he find but this instrument lying on the ground? So he picked it up, and he figured he knew how to play it. He put it to his shoulder, and he played, and he realized it made a wonderful sound. So he brought it back to camp. And he would play it, and he'd play fast. And people would get up, and they'd want to dance. And when he played slow, people would sit, and they'd weep and listen to him play. And he'd play it in the camp and in towns. And this instrument, we now call it the violin. And there are many gypsy musicians who still weave its spell throughout the world today. The end.